Welcome. To subtract a number from another number means to take away that number from the other. Another word for subtraction is difference. The sign is minus. 0 means nothing, so 0 minus 0 is 0. 0 minus any number is cannot. You have to borrow from the next digit. Any number minus 0 is that number. Example number 1, 7 minus 3. These are both single digit numbers. Alright, so we can simply count. The simplest way is to count 7 and take out 3. Remember, minus means take away. Alright, so we count 7 and take away 3. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we take away 3. 1, 2, 3. What is remaining? 1, 2, 3, 4. So the answer is 4. So that's the easiest way to teach subtraction. You count the bigger number and take out the smaller number. Note, when taking out the small number, you count the small number to one direction so that you can clearly see what is left and count it also to another direction. That's the easiest way to get the kids to see what was taken out and what was left. Example 2, 12 minus 11. So these are not single digits. What are we going to do? We simply arrange them under tens and units. Alright, once we have numbers greater than 9, the easiest way to solve it is to arrange them under tens and units. So we'll be dealing with smaller numbers. We will not have to count a lot of numbers at a time. So we are simply going to write tens and units, place the 12 under tens and units, and place 11, and also put our sign. Alright, and then we are ready to subtract. So we have 2 minus 1 is 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. Now, once we have 0 at the front, we will not write it. So 12 minus 11 is equal to 1. So with this arrangement, it's very easy to see the workings clearly and the answer. Number 3, 35 minus 10. So we're going to do the same thing we did in number 2. Arrange them under tens and units and subtract. 5 minus 0 is 5. 3 minus 1 is 2. So 35 minus 10 is 25. So that's how to get the answer. Arrange both under tens and units and subtract. Let's move to number 4. So we will arrange this under tens and units and subtract. 9 minus 9 is 0. 8 minus 4 is 4. Please take notes. Any number minus itself gives 0. If I have 9 pencils and someone comes and takes away the 9 pencils from me, I will have no pencil left, which means 0. Alright, let's move to number 5. We have 20 minus 1. So I'll place 20 minus 1 under my tens and units. So 0 minus 1 is cannot. Remember, 0 means nothing. So I can't take out something from nothing. So we will move to the tens column and borrow 1 and place beside my 0. That becomes 10. 10 minus 1 gives me 9. Alright. On the tens column, remember I had borrowed 1. So what is left is 1. Alright. So I'll just simply bring down the 1 because we have no number underneath. So 20 minus 1 is 19. Please take notes. 0 minus any number is cannot. We have to go and borrow. Now to example 6. We have 100 minus 19. Now 100. We are going to place it under 100 tens and units. Remember, 100 has 3 digits. So 100 tens and units. 19 has 2 digits. So you're going to place it under tens and units. It's important that you place it correctly. If you place it wrongly, you're going to get the wrong answer. All right. So we will say 0 minus 9 is cannot. We move to the tens column, and we still have 0 under the tens column. So we will move to the 100 column, and luckily there is something there. So we pick that one, we borrow 1, and it's just 1, we pick it up and place it in the tens column. That gives us 10. All right, but we still need to move something to the units column. So we will take out 1 from 10 and take it to the units column. I'll put it beside 0, and that becomes 10. So what I have left under the tens column is 9. So we say 10 minus 9 under the units column now. 10 minus 9 gives us 1. Under the tens column, 9 minus 1 gives us 8. So 100 minus 19 is 81. 100 minus 19 is 81. Let's move to example 7. Example 7 is 100 minus 89. So we will do just the same thing. Put 100 under 100 tens and units. Put 89 under tens and units and subtract. 0 minus 9 under the units column is cannot. We move to the tens column, is still 0. We move to the 100 column and borrow 1. All right, place the 1 under the tens column. That makes it 10. All right, I'll pick 1 from there and then take it to the units column, and I have 10 right there. So I'll have 9 left under the tens column. 10 minus 9 is 1, and 9 minus 8 is 1. So 100 minus 89 gives 11. 100 minus 89 gives 11. Example 8. We have 100 minus 1. 100 minus 1. So we will place the 100 under 100 tens and units. All right. And place 1 under units. And put the sign and go ahead and subtract. 0 minus 1 is cannot. We move to the tens column, nothing. We move to the hundreds column, pick 1 from there, take it to the tens column. It becomes 10. Take 1 again, move it to the units column. It becomes 10 here, and 9 left under the tens column. So 10 minus 1 is 9. Under the tens column, I have just 9 there. We bring it down. And other 100, nothing is there. Remember, I had taken that 1. So 100 minus 1 is 99. Example number 9. We have 150 minus 35. 150 minus 35. We will do exactly the same thing. 150, 3 digits. We will place it on the 100 tens and units. 35, 2 digits. We will place it on the tens and units. All right, we go ahead, put the sign and subtract. 0 minus 5 is cannot. We will move to the tens column. We have 5 there. Take 1 from there and put it beside 0. That gives us 10. All right, when we take 1 from the tens column, 5, what we have left there is 4. So back to the units column. 10 minus 5 is 5. All right, to the tens column, 4 minus 3 is 1. Under the hundredth column, we have just 1, so we bring it down. So 150 minus 35 is 115. Example 10. 1000 minus 1. 1000 has 4 digits, so we will place it under 1000, 100, tens, and units. We will place 1 under the units column, and we will put the sign and subtract. 0 minus 1 is cannot. We move to the tens column to borrow is 0. We move to the hundreds is still 0. We move to the thousands column. We pick the 1 and place it beside 0 under 100. That gives us 10. We borrow 1 from that and place it under the tens column. All right, when we borrow 1 from 10 under the hundreds column, we are left with 9. We place the 1 beside the tens column and we have 10. We still have to take 1 from there to the units column. So we will take it to the units column and we have 10 under the units column while we have 9 left under the tens column. So we have 10 minus 1 is 9. All right. From the units column, 10 minus 1 is 9. All right. We move over to the tens column. We have just 9. We bring it down. We go over to the 100 column. We have just 9. We bring it down. So the answer is 999. 1000 minus 1 is 999. Go ahead and do the following and submit your work. Thank you.